Hey folks, Sarge here. This will be number 3 in a lesson uh, for beginners for old time harmonica, learning old time harmonica style. And of course, I have a E stop harmonica, key of C. Shut up there. C. C. Did I have it upside down? Doesn't matter. Key of C. So today we're going to talk about tongue slaps. Tongue slaps and timing. Now, when I explain what I call a tongue slap, or someone's going to say, well, that's not a tongue slap. It's what I call a tongue slap. Okay? And what that, let me demonstrate. Tongue slap is where you're making a note, but you're putting your tongue down. It's to give a, I don't know if you're going to, like when you start off four-leaf clover, where it's kind of a short staccato, I guess staccato, is that what it's called? Entrance to that. You use that tongue slap. And you use those in playing old time music. I use those quite a bit. Just play a little bit of, I guess, four-leaf clover to show you. You can tell in that where the tongue slaps are. It's a real short, quick note, and you do that, and that happens by putting that tongue down. And it's just something that you practice. It's like anything else that we've went through, from the first lesson on the waltz rhythm, and then the second lesson for that rhythm. And it's the same way. You got to practice it. And when you first started, you're not going to sound good. You're going to say, well, that sounds like crap. And it probably does, just like it did when I first started trying to do it. But the more you do it, the better you'll get. There's an old saying, you go slow, learn fast. And another thing that tongue slap is good for is just hitting what we'd call an octave, where you're having notes on one side of the tongue and the other side of the tongue. I use those a lot in waltzes. Well, I use it a lot in a lot of the music to give you the underlying bass tones on it. Especially in waltzes, it works real good. You hear both you can hear those lower tones in that by using a split, and then to get your rhythm, you're still getting your rhythm with it by raising and setting your tongue back down in the proper rhythm. So the tongue slap, that's what I call a tongue slap. Some people say, well, like it's not a tongue slap, but that's what I call it. So practice those. That's another thing you can practice. Another thing I want to talk about is timing, because one of the 3 most important things when you're playing solo, like a lot of old time players are playing solo, and the 3 most important things about playing solo is timing, and timing. So is someone saying, well, gee, Sarge, what's timing? Timing is, can you hear my foot there? I've got, underneath my foot, I've got a I'm barefooted, by the way, so you probably can't hear it too well. But it's an acoustic stomp box. Can you hear that? That's how you keep time. If you see a lot of players and they'll be playing, they're tapping their foot. That's how they're keeping time. And if you're having trouble keeping time, I would suggest that you get a metronome. In fact, if you think you are keeping time, you say, well, I don't need that. I'm really good. I keep good time. Get a metronome, play a song. Let's see how good your timing is. You're going to find out it's probably not as good as you think it is. I had to have that wake-up call myself. But, you'll hear a lot of go before they start a song, they'll say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, setting the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they begin the song. They're setting the time of the song. And that stays the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just stays that way. Now you hear a lot of people say, well, the drummer in a band keeps the time. Well, I've known drummers that didn't have good timing. But I'll tell you someone who does keep the time, and that's a bass player. Now, I may be saying that because I was a bass player in a little rock and roll band back in the 60s, but actually, most people, if you talk to them who've been around a while, music, they'll tell you, bass player sets the groove for a song. They really do. And I don't think it matters whether it's rock, blues, country. That bass player just lays down the groove. So that's what I want you to work on now. Is that tongue slap. And using it for a split. That was done all with the split. And timing, please work on your timing. Work on your timing. It doesn't matter whether you're playing Mary Had a Little Lamb or Tennessee Wagner. You got to have that timing. And a lot of people do it with tapping their foot. I don't know if you can hear it. Tapping the foot. Keeping the time. A lot of old time, and I noticed when I'm playing a waltz, a lot of times I'm keeping time with my tongue doing that waltz rhythm. And you'll find as you get along, you may do that too. But so that's number 3 lesson. Try those tongue slaps and timing. Work on your timing. Okay. That's it. Now, next time, I don't know what we'll do next time, but we'll think of something, or I will, something maybe a little interesting, a little more advanced. Maybe you're getting along pretty good now from where we started. I hope so. And like I say, if any of you have questions, if you're having a problem, just right down below here, ask me a question. I'll certainly try to answer it for you. If you need something clarified, you want me to do another video to clarify something or to help you out, please let me know. I'll be glad to do it. All right, that's it.